All right, ladies and gents, welcome. Apologies for the late start. Not sure what was going on there on YouTube. I honestly thought I'd been demonetized and thought I was banned, to be honest. Didn't even log into my YouTube account. It said the channel did not exist. It's all sorts of not what you want prior to a stream, but anyway, we are here. It's up and running. So without further ado, guys, let's get this show on the road. As always, good morning, good afternoon, very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to yet again another edition of the London session. Been a fantastic week. Obviously, it's been a fantastic start to the year, so we'll be looking to continue on with our winning ways. So as per the usual, we'll be doing the analysis on gold. We'll have a look at German 40 and any other pair as per request. So guys, you know the drill. If you could, make sure YouTube smash that little like button for me, and TikTok, hit that screen. Let's get the masses onto the #1 live stream on the interwebs. Let's have a good one, guys. In the meantime, any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to take a look at, please feel free to pop those into the chat and I'll get to you all shortly. All right, after all that, let's have a look. First of all, take a look at the news, see what we have, if anything, moving forward here today for our stream. It's coming up as tomorrow. So for today, had some high impact news for the Aussie dollar. Wow, quite good results there for the Aussie dollar. Anyway, our session here today, just some low impact news to come out of England shortly for the pound, so not likely not going to have any real impact on the markets. Moving forward though, big day in the US session, obviously unemployment claims and GDP along with PC, so it's a huge day leading into tomorrow, which is another big day for pretty much across the board for most of the major currencies. So need to be wary of the news, keep your finger on the pulse, and as always, anything could break at any point in time. Yesterday, big day with the World Economic Forum being held. Obviously Trump speaking would have had a bit of an impact on the markets, as I can see. Big volume week candles there from around that speech time. But anyway, guys, let's take a look at the gold, and starting at the weekly time frame, as I always do, we are still forming an extremely strong bullish candle. No lower wick, can't see it happening. Funnier things have happened, but I can't see it happening. Daily, a long big pullback. I did send in a signal into my members group for an intraday trade, and I missed it by about $4, so about 40 pips or so, and it just bounced. It was so close to being triggered in. Unfortunately, it didn't. What we can see here in the daily, significant pullback into that previous daily candle. We are potentially looking like we could flip back bullish. To me, again, it still suggests potential for further upside at the moment. Onto the 4-hour, structurally it is bullish. Structurally looks really good. Nice clean impulse, creating a bit of a pullback now. Perhaps just a bit of a liquidity grab. What I can see is we're about to close on the 4-hour. It looks like we are closing strong bullish. Lower high, higher low, so you don't have candle probabilities just yet to the upside, but nonetheless it is a strong bullish candle, which suggests to me there's more chance of further upside potential moving forward. What we're going to do is mark in this whole level for the time being. We will adjust it though shortly. As far as resistance, we'll mark in the highs, and once again we will adjust it though shortly. On to the 15-minute time frame here, what I'm going to do is just going to adjust that to that point there. I'm going to focus on that. It's the most recent support other than the minor support. What I'm going to do is to the upside, I'm going to mark in this level here, most recent resistance above the current level. Now, as I mentioned, the 4-hour is about to close, and it's closing very strong bullish. Now, what I can see in the 15-minute time frame is we are technically bearish in structure, guys, in the 15-minute. So long as we remain below this 48.40 roughly, technically bearish in structure here in the 15. However, well, let's talk about the options. Obviously, first of all, let's talk about the sells. Yes, I am considering them today, but what I want to see, I don't want to just see it drop here and close below. Not as simple as that. What I want to see is, because of the fact that the 4-hour is closing a very strong bullish candle, what I really like to see is the new 4-hour basically pop straight back up, tapping into that minor time frame resistance, And as it pulls back to create lower wick, perhaps bounces off the minor support, creates a lower high, pops below it, and then begins to look at that point, clear that support and potentially come back down towards the current daily low and that 4-hour support. So obviously that's going to look something like this. Tap into a level of liquidity, respect that structure in a 15, pop back below to the support, begin to reject and pop below that support, and then we're likely heading back down towards the Asian session low. So that is what I would preference. And I'm going to be so super strict with it, guys. Yes, I understand that seeing the 15 minutes technically in a downtrend, forming lower highs, lower lows, it could just create another lower high here and begin to pop below support, and I missed the move. That's fine. I'm prepared to miss that move. I'll look for some buy options from lower down. Could have some buy options from potentially this point here as well, around that 4795 to 4790 sort of region. So that is the criteria I'd like to see if I was to look for sell options. So the 4-hour close, the new 4-hour open up, basically pushes straight into that resistance, begins to reject, and we start to pop below the most recent support. Now, buys. We'll potentially consider a buy upon the continuation and confirmation of a 15-minute structure flip. We'll preference it again, tapping into this level prior to breaking out and closing above and rejecting, trapping some sellers. So something like so, triggering sellers, trapping the sellers, closing above, and off the back of that, that would be the preference in regards to the potential continuation buys. But I will consider buys, so I'm going to put that at that point there. Buys above the resistance at 4840 roughly. And obviously further buy option is going to be upon the pullback, guys. Look, just depends. If we pop up and at the new 4-hour, then we pop back down to this support and we respect this support, then it possibly could be buys from just below the current level of sort of support at around that 418, sorry. So we'll put the buys above also for that point there. And once again, if we do end up coming further down, it just begins to melt without my sell confirmation, we're looking for potential buys as well from really above this support back at 47.95 roughly. So that is the other option I would consider. So that is the goal, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys had a good day. If you have been trading, those who traded through the Asian session. I was kind of kicking myself after looking at silver. I just want to quickly have a look at that, because that was the trade of the day, to be honest. Silver buys from support. Should have called that one to my team who were on for Asian session. Sorry guys, I missed it. I didn't even look at silver today. Just looked at the price and that was it. Didn't even look at the chart, but I would have definitely been looking for buy limit orders back in this support. Doesn't matter. Let's quickly look at German 40. Here's the chart I just sent into the members group not long ago. It has now flipped back being bullish. Let's quickly look. The weekly still forming bearish. Daily structure is still technically bullish the way I see it. Current daily counter probabilities also to the upside. 4-hour is technically bearish in structure. It's potentially creating that more lower high in regards to the actual structure itself here. I know you could argue it's create a higher high here, but it's this point where I believe it flips structure. I would consider that gap to be a swing point. If it closes above it, then I would consider it to be a flipping structure. So for me, it's technically forming a lower high here. Onto the 15, that is flipped bullish. It's a bit of a mixed one here on German 40. I can see potential options obviously in either direction. If it pops below support and nice clean traffic to the left, I do believe it could come back down. So I'd be considering the sells below, but definitely want to see it close below, retest, and that's when I would trust potential sells upon the continuation. Without that retest, just going to let it go. Again, likely we'll let it go either way because I'm not really trading it just yet, but trying to keep a bit of an eye on it. Gold has been extremely rewarding, so there's no real need to trade something else if you get your chances on your chosen pair. Otherwise, buys above the resistance, buys from the support. So now we have recently formed minor resistance at this point. So that becomes a potential entry point for a buy above. So long as you get closure above, that is a level where if it does close above, we're likely heading back up towards the daily high. So that is also another option. So that is German 40 for anyone who is interested and for anyone who does trade it. And yeah, have a good one, guys. I have to finish the stream a little bit early. I've got to house or dog sit for the next 4 nights. So I wanted to jump on earlier today and I bloody couldn't find the stream. The stream was not, I don't know what happened there, but all was good. All was good. We got the stream. All right, YouTube. And I can finally see you guys now in the chat too. So I don't have to look at my phone to read the chat. Steve, morning to you. Franco, g'day mate. Hope you're well. Sketchmas, some boss gone lens, as always, welcome to you. Carl as well. Am I the only one not seeing anything? I hope not. Crispy honeybee says it's working fine. See the bold god now. Exactly right, mate. 100% right. The bold Adonis. Give a like, that'd be much appreciated, Mr. Bartman. Hope you're well. And TikTok, g'day to you guys. Again, a lot of you guys tend to jump off the stream too early. Again, we got another trade yesterday. Again, it was a nice, beautiful, comfortable win. Absolute spot on with no drawdown. So I advise stick around. Thank you for the stickers. Miyala, appreciate it. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but I do appreciate it. Let me have a look through the rest of the chat. Anything on TikTok that I may have missed? Live goal achieved. Chicken goal and celebrate at the moment. I have no idea what the goal is, but thank you. I have no idea how TikTok works, in all honesty. Duran, g'day to you. Sucker Trays W. Shahid GU. Yeah, I'll look at that shortly. Tuck Trade's been stopping by since last year, bro. Glad to see you're still crushing it. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Kryptonian, Gap at XAU 4812. Yeah, I just see clean price action. That's all I see. GU. All right, GU. Let's look at GU just quickly. See, it was requested. That was from yesterday. It's kind of respecting those levels, but either way, let's get rid of those and start fresh. And looking at it on the weekly time frame, we are forming bullish candle, but we almost broke the high of the previous, and we are rejecting. Let's look now at the daily. Daily rejection of previous daily candle, rejection of a resistance here in the daily. Structurally, it's also bearish on the daily, but begins to break previous daily's low. I do believe it would lead to a deeper pullback onto the 4-hour time frame here. That lines up perfectly with a level of support in a 4-hour, that previous daily. Just going to mark in support. We'll mark in this as the most recent resistance, knowing there is another level just above it. Structurally, the 4-hour. Oh, jeez. These Louise, so close to flipping. But if I'm being technical about it, I can't consider that structure flip. Just depends. We use that bullish wick low, but we're going to see in the 15 that's going to be support on the 15 as well. So yeah, for me, it has to probably close below it on the 4-hour. So therefore, structurally bullish in the H4. I would argue it's similar to the upside here in a 15. I would argue that's the swing point. Have we closed above it? Technically we have. So actually more bullish, but I'd rather try to sell it from the resistance, in all honesty. Yeah, I'd be looking for it to pull back to that 4-hour level and look out for rejection of that level or a potential sell based off the way the weekly is forming as well. With that lower high, lower low, still could potentially reject and flip, and based off the fact that that daily rejection on the daily looks to me like there could be further downside potential. If you're looking for buy options, I would just wait for it to come back down, preferably to the lowest of or lows to the 4-hour support, and look for a buy from that level. And that's about it. Above this resistance, you're running into some more resistance. Below the support, you're running into more support. So that's, I just trade the range for me. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. New 4 hours open. What's it done? Straight up. It's tapped straight into that level. So now I will consider sells if it does reject and pop below support. Let's see. Interesting. First tick, if we are to get involved in any potential sell, had to be ticked off before I consider it, and we've ticked it off. Gold sniper opens gold. Yeah, it's just pretty much where I was at yesterday, I think, on stream. Yeah, it is. It's literally, this was yesterday. We took the buy just there, so it's just below yesterday. That was a nice win, guys. Really nice win. I started to record, or actually I did record a video, and that will be posted onto YouTube. So I don't think I can do it this weekend because I'm not going to be at home. Hopefully early next week. Just explaining a 5-minute entry that is just very simple to follow. You can execute it pretty much every day. It does present at some point throughout the day, and it's a very high probability entry. Crispy honeybee, yep. Trump happened. Lau, good day to you, mate. Hope you're well. Peter, that would be nice. Let's yeah, let's see if we can grab some pips today. My members, apologies if not set up a Zoom call. I'll do that now. That's been posted for my team if anyone wants to join. Just want to look at GCAT. I sent a signal out in GCAT as well, but that's nowhere near true in, and I may remove it, to be honest, if it comes back down to that support. Oh, sniper, you ain't training to miss. Actually, some clean moves, but I'm not saying it would have been easy to get involved. You would have just had to place the buy stop here. Good level for it to bounce off though. I was looking for a buy during the Asian session. It got within literally $4 of the entry, but then bounced and it's not looked back. Yeah, side the entry is just a little bit lower down. And buy limit always set. Also, because these levels line up with that to the left. Or this particular level I was targeting. Actually looks not bad. Yeah, the structure looks good. But I do like that the new flares popped up pretty much straight up. It's tapped into that level, so now it's tapped into a level of interest, the level of liquidity here to the left. So if it did reject now and start to pop below the support, I would consider the sells. And it doesn't mean my always starting to flip bearish bias. I'm still extremely bullish on gold, but I do see potential maybe for a short-term sell. Oh, German 40 popping below the support here. Let's have a look at the 5-minute. Has there been any retest? Not yet. Look at the 1-minute. Has there been any retest? Not yet. Oh, we've had it on that candle. We would love to have seen a bullish candle actually tap in. German 40 looks pretty good, guys, but the thing is, to get a decent stop loss, you need a decent upper wick. So I would say if it pops back up, because we're flipping a 15-minute structure here, it flipped actually earlier. I would say as long as the new candle creates the upper wick, first of all, this has to actually close below. New candle creates the upper wick, rejecting this support term resistance, and the sell stop order would be valid back below. And it's one of those ones, so it could be really quick. All right, so it's closed below. You want to see a decent upper wick and want it to tap in now to this previous level. Without that retest, I would not consider it personally. On what time? Just depends what part of Australia. Australia's got so many different time zones, man. In the southeast, it is 6:15 p.m. It's confusing. I thought Josh and I were on the same time zone, but we're not. He's up northeast. I'm southeast. I'm an hour ahead of him. Tucker trades. You trade breakouts, but what is it you look to target? I rarely trade breakouts, to be honest. Depends what's your definition of a breakout. To me, this isn't a breakout. This is what I call zone to zone, and it's technically not valid until it taps in. Breakouts I rarely trade, man. Rarely. Gold pushing. Well, I look to targets generally just the next level. German 40 still not yet tapped in. And with this, I would be I am always technical, but with this, I think you need to be even more strict because it's just it whipsaws, it does all sorts of shit. It is very, very volatile. Makes gold look like child's play, to be honest. Go on, damn UK at 7:15. Yeah, it's an 11-hour difference. I think it's 9 hours when you guys are in summer and we're in winter. But again, Australia's a big country, so it just depends what part. It's that big that the person in the house sitting for in the next few nights is actually my niece. She's going out to see her fiance who's working up to the New South Wales, Victoria, kind of South Australia border. It's the same state as where I am, but the temperature is like 10 to 15 degrees warmer there. That's how big Australia is. It's literally the same. So it's Victoria, but it's warmer because it's pretty much desert. So if it's today it's a very mild summer's day. Actually quite nice, only low 20s. Up there will be mid 30s. Easy. Australia's huge. Big country. Some boss gone lens, I don't really trade other pairs other than gold. That is fine, to be honest. Pretty much same as me. Gold is so rewarding and respect structure. Yep, gold, if you're patient and wait for your plan to present, it is more than enough. Is it bad to focus on just one pair? Not at all. No, not at all. I think it's even better, to be honest. See, 10.5 minutes. Are we going to break and close above here? All right, how far have we come from? Fair distance. It's about 200 pips. I would love to see. Well, we've had a 5-minute. We're triggering sellers here in a 5-minute, so that's okay. We'll see. We'll see if we get the closure above. If there could be potential buys here on gold. Now, the one concern and the only real concern would be the fact that the 4-hour doesn't really have much of a low wick. It still could pull back to create that. But if it's technically there, then it, you know, what you just need to do is execute, trade again, trade based on your plan, based on your rules, based on your entry types when they present, knowing that occasionally it's going to lose. But, you know, for the most part, for me, it's 80%. That's going to be a winning trade. Oh, sniper one pair is fine in my opinion. Yep, likewise. Gonzi trade MY or miss out on the volume as it's night time? No, I don't trade MY, man. It's too late. It's midnight, night time. Is MY open? Do pre-MY, not every day, but 2 to 3 days a week with my team. Like the silver bullet, I think they call it. Session. On a level call last night, didn't quite get an entry. We were honing in on an entry and we almost got it, but it took off. And it was a very similar entry to the one taken on stream. But yeah, during our winter time, it's more favorable because that's 10 PM as opposed to midnight. But when I'm in Thailand, it's even better. So, what a difference in Thailand now. So it's 3 PM is the London Open. And it's 8 PM, sorry, for the MY. So Asian countries basically got the best when it comes to training times. Agostino, sell? Not just yet, mate. Not just yet. Has ticked off the first box if I was to consider a sell though, tapping into this resistance. So if it is to present, it's now ticked off that all important first rule where I want it to tap into that resistance and then reject at the open of the new 4-hour candle. The open of the new 4-hour, not yet 30 minutes old, and it's literally just popped straight up into that level. So we'll see if we respect it and reject it. Otherwise, I'm still just focused on what sort of buy opportunities I have. Because at the end of the day, it's still in a big strong uptrend. The weekly is forming a very strong bullish candle. And the saying the trend is your friend until the end is very, very accurate, especially in this case when it comes to the strength of gold. Kryptonian, you mark out resistance on the M15 and 4 hour and M15, yes. Cracking fragrance, stream fragrance today is absolute cracker, and a cheap one too. Actually, a twist on it. It's kind of clone fragrance, but it's wow, it's really good. Kryptonian, all good, mate. Glad you appreciate it. $740 tapped in, did it, Josh? It has too. Yeah, see, now it's more valid. Now it's definitely more valid if it breaks stone low again. Thing is, it's coming close to a close of the M15, so if this closed perhaps even a doji here, that'd be fantastic. Because we've tapped in, rejected, closed doji again. That just, to me, if it begins to break a low, there's a high probability that the next candle would lead further south. So let's quickly look at the 5 minute. Yeah, I think the best play now is to wait for the next 5 minute, and if it closes below, that would be the best play. See, gold is rejecting as well. Yeah, German 40 definitely now waiting for the next 5 minute candle. Next, good morning to you. Sell, potential on German 40 if you're talking about gold. It's looking better for a sell, but I'm still reluctant to sell until below 48.17 because it's still a very strong uptrend. And that was my plan from the beginning of the stream, to wait for it to tap into this resistance on the new 4 hour candle, which is exactly what it's done. Reject, pull back to begin to create slow wick, reject this support, pop below it, and then look for a sell. Oh, guys, got an interruption play here on the 15. Surprised no one picked it up. We can look at a 30. The only thing is it's tapped into target. That's a big no, that's a rule. It's literally, it's in the course, the latest update. That was the delayed interruption. The cluster was the latest one, but the one before that, it's can't tap into the target prior to entry. Well, really, the cluster can. It's a bit confusing. Don't worry, guys. Know what I'm talking about. This is the analyze, confirm, trade, Forex entry, the interruption entry. Still developing. I mean, the continuation interruption is so straightforward, and I'll absolutely love it when it presents. The delayed is quite straightforward too, and this is technically a delayed interruption, but it's tapped into a target. The cluster interruption, generally speaking, needs to tap into a target, reject it, and come back down to where the cluster IC candle is. And that, for instance, would be here. That would be the cluster IC for my guys. Because you'll know what I'm talking about. The rest probably think, what's this guy talking about? Cluster, delayed. Don't worry, my team know. But this is the cluster at that point. and that needs to pop up to a level, reject it, and that's your entry point. Jimmy Mosi, are you looking for shorts? On gold, again, shorts, I prefer it below this support. Whoa, could we get buys, guys? Let's keep an eye on this. This could be a potential buy presenting. We've got the 5 minute, so we've rejected multiple times here in a 5 minute. We potentially engulfing here. We want to be above. We want it to be very close to, if not above. Now, if it's not above, what I prefer to see is the next candle open straight up and do something like this. Pop straight up to just break that resistance, then begin to reverse, create lower wick, come back down towards the lower point of this zone, and then I would look to buy stop the high again. It's all about liquidity grabs. That's the reason why I want that to happen. If we don't close above in the next 45 seconds. Mark, g'day to you. Looks like gold is going to go to 48.50 and we will see what will happen next. Potentially, yeah, it is a good chance it could. But again, I need to trade based on probabilities and what I know works for me. So minute, I don't quite have the signal, but again, if it pops up, maybe I will. For the breakout trade for that to be valid, has to close above the 50% mark of this zone. It's not done that. I can tell. Oh, actually it has just popped up. I want this candle to pop up quickly. Really want to pop up before it creates the lower wick. I'm watching it like a hawk on my MetaTrader. Looking pretty good. It's looking like it's trying to pop up first. Ah, it's flipped. Ah, a little bit too soon. Game of sometimes inches, guys. It is so meticulous with it though, and there's a reason. I mean, it would be nice if it rejects the low of this zone, because again, that would suggest that perhaps we've pulled back just to grab a little bit more downside liquidity in order to make the move above. Let's quickly look at the 5 minute again. Why couldn't that just be a little bit higher? I think I'm gonna miss this one, guys. Just not perfect enough. Somewhat's got lens. Your analysis is so amazing. Thank you, mate. It's a lot more pleasurable when it you know, pays out some profits, but aren't always, you don't always get the right confirmation. So early, more to you. User, it will go up. Already bought it. Nice one, mate. If you already bought it, I wish you luck. Dex, thank you for the sticker as well. Stick around, guys. See what presents. What would be really nice now is if the 15 minute rejects, was bearish, and then we have the bullish engulfing candle leading into London Open back above the resistance. That would be a cracking signal if it presents. CNM, g'day to you. Welcome. Make sure to subscribe, like, do all that stuff. Pretty much a given Monday to Thursday from about an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half prior to London Open. Fridays I don't generally go on stream. But yeah, basically Monday to Thursday, mate. And if you want to learn, you've come definitely into the right stream. When it comes to price action, just absolutely love it. Next sell? No, I'm not looking to sell it, mate. Not at the minute. My sell plan again was for it to tap into this resistance, reject it, pop below to support here. Got some nice clean traffic to the left below that level there. Do believe the next destination would be back at 47.95. So that hasn't obviously presented just yet. So I'm just chilling in regards to potential downside. All good. Byron, g'day to you. Gold seems to be defying technicals today on my end. Very cautious today over here. Could be the market is resetting after bullish run. Any thoughts? You always got to be cautious when trading, and best way to be cautious is to again have a plan and follow your rules. As much as I say it, it's just so true. Yeah, look, it's been trending really hard all week, so this is probably the first little pullback we've had, but all of a sudden it's again back at a pretty strong level here, and it's retesting 15-minute structure. To me, the volume still seems to be there at the minute for it to make more moves, whether it be up or down. But again, it's just all about having a plan and following it, and that is simply the best way to go about it. So for me, I'm still very, very bullish. I just need to wait for a really strong confirmation for me to enter the market at the right level. Do some mug Barbie. What with all the arrows up, down. This is just what I want to see. So closure above, retest, and then continuation. Rejection of this resistance, come back to the support, bounce off it, trigger in some buyers, trap the buyers, so tap back into that previous support, turn resistance, and then likely we're going to trigger in some more sell options. And this is it's just a little illustration, because a lot of people used to ask me, I used to get sick and tired of explaining what I'm looking for. So some people like it, some people don't. I never used to put it on, to be honest. I'll get rid of this one anyway, miles off it. What's happening with German 40? Alright, so there goes. All important retest, and see how price reacts to it, and we're popping back above. So now the next option for German 40 would be either the closure back above this resistance, and I would just now shift this down, and I'd want closures below that point now, with potential sells upon rejection of the resistance, but the likelihood of having enough margin is very, very, very low, to be honest. If it does reject, you're likely not going to have the margin to sell from this resistance. Usama Gabi falls hard. I'm talking about German 40, it just moves hard. Kryptonia, very methodical, thank you. And again, it works for me. Not everyone will understand it. A lot of people will be confused, but the more you watch the stream, the more you listen carefully as to what I say, you're going to pick up on it, and you're going to start to understand all these words, what I'm talking about, you know, and why I look for that type of thing to happen, why I analyze the chart the way I do. Because again, absolutely killing it on this stream. Ellie, plus there's some news about a hit on Iran. News speculating, so really? So breaking news? Let me check. I doubt it, because gold would have just gone nuts. No, it'd be here. Gold would have gone absolutely bonkers. Up, down, whatever. All right, let's now have a look yet again in 5 minute here. Would have loved for this to be the last 5 minute candle of the M15 and closing back strong bullish. So what I prefer to see right now is, again, for me to consider any entry, first of all, prior to London Open, is preference this candle closing bearish. Doesn't have to be strong, can be weak bearish, whatever. And then looking for the following 5 minute candle to end up closing bullish engulfing. And then we can see we're starting to create a bit of a staircase here to the upside on the M5. Not only that, what that would do, that will close the M15 back above. Somewhat like so anyway. Not exactly accurate, but you guys get the drift. So if it closes the M15 above and we've got the 5 minute bullish engulfing to end it, I've got a catalyst. I've got a strong enough reason to look for buys above the resistance based on price action, based on the signals I look for. All right, good. Close bearish. That's good. So that's ticked. Now bullish engulfing and engulfing the resistance. Thank you to the new followers on TikTok as well. Yara, g'day to you. YouTube, guys, if assuming all of you are already subscribed, make sure to do so if you've not. And also make sure to hit that like button. Been absolutely killing it, guys. On and off the stream. Still not yet taken a loss this year. It's going to happen for sure. It's probably going to be a bad patch as well. Yeah, I'd buy some gold. Still very bullish, mate. Just struggling right now. Seems to have run out of momentum, volume. London approaching us, so maybe that would help give it a little bit more of a kick. This is Thade. Long time no see. Good to see you too, mate. Welcome. Get rid of that one, miles off it. Gold, yep. gold is always, mate. Always the focus on this stream. So, ooh, popping up. Let's see. Again, bullish engulfing. We want bullish engulfing closure above the resistance here. And then I will have a valid entry for the next candle, but we are once again rejecting. So this is why I'm not interested in the impulse entry unless it happened exactly how I explained it earlier, which is not obviously done. Now we are rejecting and rejecting a bit of volume here as well, coming towards the closure of the M15. Wow, big strong rejection in the last minute and a bit, last 2 minutes of this M15. Elvira, is he buying or selling? I'm super new to this M15. Looking for buys, but I want to be above the resistance. Allies buys from back lower down at the support here on a 15-minute time frame. I would consider buys from here as well, the tad higher up, and otherwise sells below that point. So my plan, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, is this 4-hour candle was opening up. I wanted it to pop straight up to a level of interest and reject. Then I wanted to pop back down to create slow wick and see what happens when price tapped into the most recent minor support formed on the move to the upside. Want it to trigger in some buys, and then either it's going to do one or two things. It's going to continue to form support, respect support, and we could look for buys, take it back up, or it's going to obviously come back down to that level, trigger in the buyers, trap those buyers, close below the support, and then we're likely heading down because we've got some clean traffic within this 4-hour candle to the left on the minor time frame here. So that was my plan all along, and that is what I'm sticking to when it comes to, first of all, the sells and also the buys if it's upon the pullback, or whether it be above the actual high of the resistance here. I know people are going to be trying to sell it now, and if you got your signal, don't let me stop you. That's something it's important for you guys to follow your plan. And if you've got yourself an entry right now for a sell, I understand. Perfectly understand, but it's not my plan. It's not perfect enough for me as a signal because it's not bearish engulfing. First of all, in the M15, but not close below a 5-minute support. Could do so shortly, but again, my plan was to just wait for the level below 817 if I was to sell it. Elvira, all good. Yeah, so I'm still preferring the buys in all honesty. No, I'm not going to sell now. No. Not interested in selling it now. I know, what I'm saying is I know some people will be, and that's fine. That's your plan. Hey, AAS Multimedia, did anyone see that swing up and down? Yeah? No, that was, what time was that? That was 6 AM my time. It's after 6 AM. Awareness, it broke the last high, and what time frame you're on? I'm on the M15, and on this particular broker, the chart, and on my broker's chart, it did not break. It's closed above the bodies, but it's not broken. So to me, the confirmation of a higher high is this closure above. This is not a confirmation for me. To confirm a close above, well, to confirm a structure flip, because that's where the structure flip back bullish here in a 15. A wick above won't do it. Has to close above. The amount of times to see price tap in, retest a level of structure wick above it or below it and only to close back within it. It happens so often. So for me, the way I see it is it needs to actually close, in this case above, and that suggests we've got the strength now to continue bullish. That's the way I do it. And again, I understand everyone does it differently. So what works for me might not work for the next person, but it definitely works for me. So I continue to follow, again, what works for me, my rules. He's on the M15. Yep. YM. Not too sure what that's in reference to be honest, but guys, TikTok, good to see more on the stream today. Don't forget to follow, smash that screen for me. Been absolutely killing it, and we just stick to being strict with our entries, following the plan, and we tend to get the job done. Ayush, I'm waiting for 3,800 support to buy. Fair enough, it's a long way off, and look, I'd love for gold to get back there. So I would literally sell pretty much everything I own, buy more, and I'm talking about physical, but I just don't see it happening. I honestly don't see it happening. Typo, all good. Curls, can I buy now? If you like. For me, I'd be waiting for a confirmation. That confirmation is the engulfing 15-minute candle now above the resistance and above this bearish candle high. So above the bearish candle high, you're basically going to be above the resistance. That would be enough. Look at German 40 yet again. Alright, so like I mentioned before, even if it does reject this resistance, the likelihood of having an up margin is very slim to take a sell from this level. So it's likely the next option will be still back below the current day's low. Because for me, the confirmation would come on this candle close, the 15. I don't have much going on the 5-minute. 5-minute confirmation will be a minor support and price beginning to break it. I don't have that yet, so that would look somewhat like so. And then potential entry we saw yesterday that played out in 15, absolutely spot on German 40. And third time lucky. Like so. I don't have that confirmed yet. And there's gold. So again, wasn't interested in selling it, guys, and I'm patiently waiting to see where we end up now come London Open. Next, no, I'm not looking to sell it. I mentioned why I'm not interested in selling it. I'm still preferencing the buys. 5L XX DXY is dropping. Probably. I don't reference it when it comes to trading gold. I've mentioned it many times because they don't always inversely correlate. And for me, I don't need this as, you know, a confluence to trade gold. I just focus on the gold chart. I can usually just tell by looking at the majors. I can see the Aussies pumping. Great to see it for a change. I know off the back of that, DXY must be dropping. Euro slowly bouncing off support. Probably suggests DXY might be dropping. GU's just in consolidation. But again, it's of no real interest to me. Awareness, what's the 1 hour looking like? That candle scaring me to go bear. 1 hour, well, it's at resistance. The 1 hour looks like it could be closing above the 1 hour resistance at the highest point of this bearish candle. So that would add confidence to the upside. To me, it's still a little bit indecisive just below the resistance. So again, we want to be above it for buys. And we'll see come London Open in just under 7 minutes. Next, yep, I'm preferring buys. AUSD daily closed in good green shape. It's been buy 4800, but I missed it. Yeah, it's daily just keeps closing bullish. Alright, daily's flipped back bullish as well. What a run it's been. It's just unbelievable. Awareness, okay, that's good. Samix double top. Yeah, I understand if that's a signal to sell it for you, by all means. But again, I have my reasons as to why I'm not interested in selling it at the minute. MWMG to where? Wait and see. Awareness team pool at the minute, yep. Who's are you thinking to buy? If I get the right confirmation that I need to be above the resistance, if this is the level to be trying to buy it from, it needs to be above there. Otherwise, I want it back at support. Awareness, I start trading Monday, so I'm not good at market opening yet. I'm gonna see this one. Nice one, mate. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with observing and just getting used to what happens, you know, market movements and session open. Session open can be a bit, you know, dodgy. You get quite a bit of volatility popping in. Not always. London can be pretty slow when it comes to gold. Asian session is just unreal. Asian session makes big moves. NY, it's always some sort of news about to shift the markets either way. If not, Trump will say something that will shift the markets. But for the most part, London session's been a bit difficult, but we've managed really well. Yes, the last 2 days we've got some really nice trades on stream, and we took some wins. Yesterday's was textbook, really nice trade. Also based off a 5 minute. So we're just patiently again waiting for the right cue to enter a trade. Now the sells are looking a bit better if it closed bearish below the support here in a 5 minute. But again, my sells I want it below here. And again, I have my reasons for that. Just over 3 minutes until session open here. Still respecting 5 minute support. Damien, can we enter now for sales? I personally am not entering sales. Again, I've mentioned it many times what I'm looking for. And I'm not looking for sales, not until back below this support, personally. Ayush, from Melbourne, mate, you know, in Oz. LF got a weird feeling it's going to shoot up. Yeah, I mean, intuition might be telling you that. There is a time and place to use your intuition. I believe below this resistance just now, if it shot up, isn't probably the best time to use it. To me, I would still rather wait for a confirmation because we are at the last significant lower high here on the 15-minute time frame, and we are so far respecting it. But justified now as to why I was not interested in selling it, because look at it now, we're popping back up. So again, for me, it was not a sell. It wasn't ready to sell. Actually waiting to see if I can get a buy option, but we've got just under a minute and a half. It needs to really keep pushing now until the closure of this candle if there is to be a potential buy at London Open. To Tobias, what session? Well, it's coming. Well, it's technically Frankfurt Open, the first hour, leading to London Open in the next minute. Dex, nice. Ahmed, that's a bearish engulfing, right? No. What, this one? No, technically not. Engulfing technically needs to close below the low of the bullish candle. Engulfing the body, almost, but not quite. I think it's just in consolidation here. Use it will go up, I think. Chance it could go up, but again, we can't. Look, you can if you want, if you trade what you think. Sometimes it's going to work, but I don't trade what I think. I trade what I see. I react to what I see. React to my confirmations. All right, so we're about to open for London, and we're still below the resistance, still respecting it. To me, there is no real quality entry signal at the minute, so nothing much I can do except sit and wait. Quickly look at German forwarding. End up popping back up. Stick at that 5-minute support I was asking for, but it's a strong support. So the confirmation, and again, it's just simple. It started prints, it reassessed. The confirmation now would be a closure below in a 5-minute. Again, the issue is you're likely not going to have the margin to sell it at that point down to this support. So once again, you're best to wait. Price to pop below this level here. It's a process of elimination and just reassessing as data prints. It's kind of like a game of chess. You wait for your opponent to make the move and then you counter move. And again, I've got all these rules documented and I just follow it to a T. I don't need to look at it. I don't need to refer to it, but I've got a full course. 145 pages long at the minute. Had some recent updates and all my members have access. AWS multimedia 1-minute support form. We could go bull on London. Right now it's just not doing much, is though. Go for truth. Anyone can join your act for us in Discord. The VIP. Well, anyways, yeah. You can find it. You're welcome to join it. What platform, Tobias, can you trade on? Dex, thank you for the stickers as well. Platform, well, generally speaking, it's MetaTrader is what most people use to execute trades. Not unless if you're in the US, you can't. Banned. C Trader, Trade Locker, I think is what the US people use, most of them. To mark up charts, TradingView, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier mark up charts on TradingView. But yeah, you just need to open up an account through a broker, and then you need to download the platform from their terminal, from their website. Will instruct you to download a terminal at a Trader 5, 4, C Trader, whatever they offer. It'll give you your trading credentials to log in. Pretty simple process. I've got a video on it from start of last year, actually, how to open up a new account and get started in Forex. Somewhere in my TikTok profile page, it's also my YouTube channel somewhere. in the US. Yeah, so you're going to be looking at Trade Locker and maybe C-Trader. I'm not sure if you can use, pretty sure, actually, I think you can use C-Trader. Kryptonian, how long did it take you to master patience? A long time, hey. Even when I thought I'd mastered it, I would do stupid shit. And that was like after maybe 2-3 years. But I was already, you know, in control of my emotions, but it had a few slip-ups. It takes time. It really takes time. But what helps, and I can't stress this enough, is this. Having a trade journal. And to this day, I still do it. Pretty much every trade, every single trade is documented now. It's either on a live call with the team after the stream, or these are all from the stream. The swing trades, which is a new part of the Discord, not the Asian session. Swing and intraday trades. That's all documented. The entries so far, every single trade has been a winner. The ones that have actually been triggered in. So it's all documented. The best way to go about mastering your patience and discipline is to document every single trade, because you're going to start to see, shit, I can actually do this. Just trust myself. And trust me, that works. It's boring and tedious and time consuming as it is to journal. It's so bloody important to do so. Honestly, trust me, if that's the one, you know, bit of advice I can give to you guys, do that. That's one thing you can take away from this stream. Dean, back from dinner? Nah, not yet, mate. Gold's just consolidating below the resistance. Some metal. Hello to you. Gold Sniper. No way. WF has admitted was this seen as his social. Oh, really? That'd be right. Yeah, I'll look it up later. Samantha, did you take a trade? No. Awareness is selling or buying preference. Buying is my preference. But just because my preference is to buy it doesn't mean I just buy it. I need to wait still for the right time to get involved in the market, the right confirmation. And I also need to be fluid. And if a real top-notch sell signal presents, I would also consider that. But again, my sells are preference below 4817. Crazy combo trade. Where's TP1? There is no trade, so there is no TP. Kryptonian, all good. Awareness, yes, at the minute it is a little bit indecisive. Ben, do I have a XAUUSD news ticker? Not a ticker, no. In regards to a bot or something? A news bot? Got a news bot for my VIP, but to be honest, I turned it off because he used to update every 5 seconds. Basically, it was driving me crazy. It's still there, but I just muted the notifications. KWS multimedia line session always boring, always moving sideways. Yeah, but you see what happens when we wait. Trade Delicious, good morning to you, mate. I did give you a plug yesterday. Not sure if you heard it, but welcome to you. Very impressive stuff, my friend. I had a look at your channel, and I'm not afraid to give you a plug because it's not really a opposition, to be honest. It's something completely different. So I wish you luck with it. So guys, make sure once again have a look at Trade Delicious, the channel on YouTube. extremely interesting. So you're basically trying to trade yourself to or fund guys, give guys cash to trade, to do certain things, to travel, to buy themselves lunch and stuff like that. But it looks like it's very interesting, actually. Very much trade to live for the next day, but it sounds of it very interesting. A little bit comical and lighthearted as well, so it's worth a watch. Mohammed, can we take trades with you if you like my entries? If you agreed with, you know, an entry, if I take it, up to you. Bias mainly allowed a demo account on Meta in US. Yeah, you're gonna have to look up Trade Locker, mate. Sunboss gone lens London as usual, or a minute it's just very indecisive, but it looks like we could be coming down. A lot of rejection here, but again, there's no real solid confirmation for a sell, to be honest. Hit a really strong closure below this 5-minute support with a 15-minute closing, really strong bearish at the same time. In fact, very delicious. I don't subscribe to anyone on this account, but I may just subscribe to your channel. There you go. Looks like we could be finally rejecting here on the gold. All good. 5-minute has no lower wick as well. German 40 buys looking much better as well. If this closes bullish above the bodies of the candles here to the left, that will be a cracking signal to buy German 40. Seen trying out a new prop firm, just bought an account with Lucid Trading, heard good things. Never heard of it, to be honest, but I wish you luck. It's gold making a move back down. It's all good. Not a worry at all. Some of you are going to be in sells when you know, well done to you. The bias all good. So this is what you want to be looking up. MX 140 looks like it is a sell at the minute. Well done. Again, you follow your plan, I follow my plan. Not saying it wasn't a sell, I just didn't have a top-notch confirmation to sell it. So for me, it's nothing. It means nothing. For me, what I like to see is for it to make a clean move down now and tap into either level A here, 4823, but preferencing it popping down 4818. MX 140 working at banking or short. Don't trust bankers as far as I could throw a banker, to be honest, and I reckon I could throw them pretty far. Banks are all, not saying you are, but banks just screw the public. That's all they do. They just screw everyone. AI green, looking at 4806. So that's just below some actually just above the resistance here. That's fair enough. To be honest, if it pops below support, I'd be looking for buys from even lower down personally. It's tough for me to get an entry right now, guys. I can't be on for that much longer. Green, you had to sell at 36 level, waiting to TP at 806 level, then buy back up. Fair enough, mate. Well done. Good to see some of you guys killing it. Nice one. Yeah, you guys are doing your own thing. I'm very happy to hear it. Happy to hear that you're doing well, making some cash, irrespective of my belief of or what I'm looking at. Again, because it's trading. That's the beauty of it. We can all be looking at very different scenarios. I have different ideas. Just to be looking at the same type of thing, just with a different idea of it. And we can all win as well. We could all lose just as easily. But again, can't stress enough, if you follow your plan, yes, you're going to miss some moves. Like, I argue maybe I've missed a sell just there. But when I stick to my plan, stick to my rules, again, we see time and time again why I do so. Because not often I take a loss. Gonna be times I do. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen on stream. But I just gotta keep doing my thing and not worry about what everyone else is looking at. And that's, you guys need to do that. That's another bit of advice from today's stream. That, and you must journal. Well, poor showing on the likes today. It's always a poor showing on the likes. Guys, hit the like button if you could. YouTube, please. Let's get this stream numbers up there. Let's get the likes up there. The like numbers yesterday were shit house too. I'll didn't miss the sell if it doesn't fit your rules. Exactly. So exactly, to me, it's not a missed move. It's not my trade. But I'm happy to see some people, you know, profiting from it, doing well. It's been a cracking week. 4-0 this week for me. Got some cracking trades at the beginning of the week as well. Still a little bit spewing. I didn't look at silver this morning. I have no idea why I forgot to. I reckon that provides some pretty solid entries, but anyway, it is what it is. Awareness, some people in here just new and learning some terms, bro. Keep doing your thing. Thank you, mate. Yeah, that's it. I just always keep doing my thing. So once again, thank you for the support. Adrian, you're 15 and want to get into training. When should I start? Mate, if you start now, trust me, you have a really bright future. Just be patient with it. Learn the discipline of training. Learn the art of trading. So what resonates with you, whether it be scalping, micro scalping, intraday trading, swing trading, whatever suits your personality, your time as well. Franco, Gem 40 didn't close above. No. There's no better time than now, my friend. Just slowly learn, continue to watch the streams. Even practice on a demo account if you can't afford to put some live cash into an account, and you'll still, you know, hold you in good stead for, you know, when you have the money to do so. You can't legally open an account either way at the minute. Yo, my loss, nothing. Looking for a buy, but it have to be lower down, to be honest, or still above the resistance. And you start brokerage account, you're gonna need someone to KYC for you, to be honest, if you're 18. And just open a demo account if nothing else, or if you can't even do that, for the time being, just do this and journal it, screenshot it, put it in a folder on your PC, take down some notes. What happened? At least it's better than nothing. AI green, micro scalping. Macro scalping, not sure about that, but micro scalping, so looking at like the 1 minute and that. Third target 4817 740. It's a good target. It's a really good target. Jack, do I reckon 48.80 is achieved today? Look, if we keep respecting the 15-minute structure here, which we are, then no. Look, if you're asking me not to sit in a fence, I reckon we may even close back a bearish candle today. So I would say no. Could it happen? Yes. For sure it could happen. But again, I don't trade what I think will happen. I react to what I see happening. Nolan, how long been trading for this session? How much started trading about an hour and 15 minutes ago? We'll start looking at the charts. I've not taken a trade. User, no, the 5-minute as well. Alrighty team, unfortunately I'm gonna get going because I need to house sitting for the next 3 or 4 nights, so let me read that before. So what I've been looking for is price pullback to the support, and as I mentioned before, see how it reacts to it. If it bounces off it, it's a matter of forming support, and if it does, then you can look for a potential buy back up. Or if it bounces off it, traps the buyers, closes below, rejects, then there's likelihood, the likelihood is we're going to make a deeper correction back down. That's what I'd be looking for the sells. Otherwise, buys back above the resistance. That is pretty much what I'd be looking at. But yeah, sorry guys, I've again got things to do for this evening, my time, so I need to get out of here. Tomorrow will not be on stream. No way, I won't even be home. But guys, thank you for your support throughout the week. It's been a good week. Good to see the numbers are slowly getting back up there. Yeah, trade safe, don't do anything stupid. My team, I'll chat to you guys later. I won't be able to be on a call though, but we'll chat to you on my phone either way. Yeah, trade safe, have a good one guys, until Monday. Cheers and bye team, take it easy.